Testing audio. Testing audio. Testing audio. God damn it. Holy shit, I figured it out. Alright, so we're going to join this race. Sorry, everybody. Took me a second, trying something new. Awesome, Alex hears me. We are probably going to be about 12 laps into this first stage. Want to apologize to everybody, but thanks for sticking through with me. Seen a few of you come in and out here. Much appreciated. All right, this is your regularly scheduled Ruthless Racing Pro Series action right here on this Thursday night. And tonight we're taking on the W. Busch 250 here at Texas. Like I said, we're about 12 laps into our action here tonight. As typical, is ahead of MJ Bros at the moment. Good thing I got everything figured out. Much appreciate everybody coming through this evening. Looks like typical might have been our pole sitter tonight, or West Higgins ORV pole sitter, that is. Much appreciated of that sponsorship from West Higgins ORV. Looks like everybody's kind of just keeping it in a line here. J-Wow has made an appearance tonight. I guess since the Cowboys aren't playing, but my Patriots are playing, so I would appreciate no spoilers. Anyways, we move on up to our back. Who's our fourth car there? That's going to be Death Before Dishonor, who looks like he's made up a lot of spots here to start this one. Kill It Like Jason has moved up here, and he's hanging on to the 5th spot. He's got Henson kind of out there on the outside of him there in the 18. Not sure what's going on there. Thanks to everybody who's coming through this evening. Please leave a like on the stream. It's much appreciated. Still watching Henson, you know, just kind of battle right here with the 15 of Kill It Like Jason, and can't really sort anything out about what they want to do. Jason probably doesn't want to give up much of that position. Hollywood finds himself back here early in the back. Wonder what happened to him. Kenrod sticking it in behind Big Ben. He's got Nascarillo and G-Dog behind him. And those four are looking to try to catch back up to those top 6 cars currently up in front. Like I said, we got started a little late trying to figure out some technical difficulties, but nonetheless, we prevailed. As I think somebody was supposed to go live for me. Not sure. I thought somebody did. Yeah, I did see. Alright. Is M80 not in our race tonight? That is a good question. I don't see him. Typical is our leader, though. Have to see if I can find a live stream somewhere of this race. So might be out of luck. Oh, J-Wow, my man, out there running third, and got me the stream. 34 laps remaining here in stage number 1. We're trying our best here to see what we're exactly working with and how the stream looks. And it doesn't look much different than it used to. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is the quality as good or what? Alex, hush your mouth. Alright, so right now it's still typical. MJ Bros, JWoww is back. Henson has now moved up to 4th and Kill It Like Jason behind him. That death before dishonor is something that's happened here in the middle of all my jolting around, trying to get straight here for this race. It is a long one. 250 miles will be what we're trying to tackle here in the Pro Series at Texas. And if this mile and a half, this style of mile and a half, has brought us great racing all season here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series, and I imagine that it will be no different, photo finish tonight, I do believe. 3 pits at the end of this one, but all these guys pit very good. And I think they'll stick together. You see these guys up here, feel like they'll all stick together most of this stage through the next 2 pit stops. Hollywood kind of off the pace here, not going to have any help with the draft, as he's got a good group ahead of him. He's kind of just a lone car out at the moment. But the second pack's getting some help from Death Before Dishonor now as he dropped back to them. So he was a good steady car up in the front pack. We'll see if he's able to help pull these guys and close this gap, as we did see some of these lead cars start to shift around a little bit. So we'll see if these guys just figure they'll just play their cards right here or try to make a move. Henson, a very aggressive driver early in runs, because he wants to use his short run speed to stay out front in the long run, or to help him in the long run, especially getting to the pit stops. 2 of those to be made here this evening in stage number 1. Once again, big thanks to West Higgins ORV and Skew Car, Skew2 on YouTube. All greatly appreciated. You see our sponsors join our screen down there. Top 5 just trying to ride it out here. We'll keep an eye on our JWoww stream. See what's going on. 27 laps remaining. 18 laps is the fuel run here, and we were already into this one pretty good. So I imagine we'll see some pit stops here before long, as we've not been here long. Especially maybe in the next couple of laps, start seeing some guys kind of get separated here. Maybe trying to set up their pit stops coming up here, very soon. I didn't come in that late, so I mean, we should be seeing a pit stop. In a way, I came in after the first pit stop. I don't think. Try to confirm that. Guess we had a caution early on. We did see some pits. I think we had a manual caution to start the race. Maybe trying to wait on me or something. Alright, so maybe we're looking at Henson to maybe take a pit here. I think that's what we're looking at. So this stage been cut up a little bit. So still probably a 2-pit stage here. With how Henson chooses to pit right there. He'll be the first one on pit road. And we'll see if that benefits him. Yep, we'll be looking at 2 more, or another stop, 2 for the guys still on track right now. Still, as we see some more guys look like they're going to start committing to the pit road. I think the 10 thought about it, said he wasn't going to this time. Oh, we got some contact. Everybody's a little swirly. But I think for the most part, we all get it in there. MJ Bross, maybe the big winner there. Typical goes out to the outside. I think just not wanting to maybe get a little bump or something there. And but he loses a spot in the process. But maybe he sees that that's more worth it in the end here for him. Thanks to anybody who's coming through. Much appreciated. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series here at Texas. As Henson is now back on track. As those other guys went down pit road. And I imagine this is Hollywood. He was kind of off the pace here. So I'm not sure if he has went down pit road yet. Don't think so. Most of these guys were together through most of this run that we've been watching. As we see those leaders from earlier coming back onto the track, merging here on the backstretch. And this is going to be a tricky situation here. You see Henson, he takes the lead off the pit cycle. It leaves MJ Bross in second as he gained that spot entering pit road. So the early pit does give Henson the lead here, but the difference in tire on 1 lap, what will be the difference here, to him? Thanks to anybody watching. Please hit that like button. Share with anybody you may want to share this with. We still have 1 more pit stop here in stage number 1. Looks like maybe JWoww, the big loser here on the pits, him and Jason, they are going to lose the top 3 here, but they still have each other to lean against, I guess. We have 20 laps remaining here in this stage, and the burnout rule is in effect tonight if all goes according to plan. Much appreciate everybody who watches and our sponsors. Anybody wondering how we're shaping up? Well, points this season. I'm not sure exactly how they'll look when they pop up on the screen there, but that is how we are lining up here so far in this season. There's your points. Everybody with a ticket are punched into the playoffs. Everybody else still has a shot, so this race is important for the ones who are here still trying to get a playoff spot here this season. And that is your Season 3 regular season point standing. As I said, MJ Bross most wins and has clinched the regular season championship. So that's how our points go on. Henson going to go ahead and make his top of the stage right now. And that is a good move by him, I do believe. I like that move by the 18. Got some other guys going ahead and taking their stops. Maybe some guys just taking that first stop. I'm not sure how long some of these guys were able to run it. That now moves the 10 of Typical back to the lead. And that is 1-2 once again between the 10 and the 4. And if the end of this stage stays this close, I think that'll be very indicative of what we'll be expecting come stage 3. Stage 3 a little bit different. Got 3 pit stops in that stage, and a lot of strategy could go a long way. Or I guess a little strategy could go a long way in that stage. Just depending on how these guys want to run it when it comes to that point. Here goes Typical. He lets the 4 around him. Guess he's going to set up the pit. And the 4 probably already knows that. Thanks to anybody popping through. Much appreciate. This is the Ruthless Racing Pro Series for your viewing pleasure. Or something like that. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you're new to Ruthless Racing, hit the like button if you like what you're seeing. Right now it is just a stage 1 battle. Still have another pit stop here for these front 2 guys. Henson was the leader. Had made both his pit stops at this point. So we go back to Henson. See, he is back on track. And he is just waiting for those guys to pit ahead of him. And see what he can do with that once we get back to it here. JWoww is in 3rd at the moment. All right, smooth sailing so far for everybody out here as Hollywood grabs a little grass, trying to get around Henson here. A little door-to-door action. Hollywood on that fresher tire, I assume, trying to get his laps back here. I think that's what's going on. Kill It Like Jason going to go down pit road. Let's see, our leader's still out on the track here for us, and as the laps remaining are 11, and that is well below what it would take to make it. These guys may be flirting with the idea of not taking any tires, but I don't know if that is the move or not here in stage number 1 with how these guys have been running. It wouldn't be a long time between the pits. I think it's very possible that these guys could just go the whole way as far as they can on the fuel and just try to splash and go it here in stage number 1. And I think that's why the 10 dropped back behind the 4 to try to save a little fuel here going into the last pit stop. Maybe try to best him by a lap by pitting a lap later. But I don't know. Coming off pit road here at Texas on worn tires is tricky. It's not going to be very quick, and any little mistake, could make something happen. 16 coming out to merge onto the track in front of the leaders. Leaders maybe looking to pit. 4 goes down like he might be looking to. 10 kind of stays up like he ain't. 42's got the fresh tires back there. MJ Bros will go into pit this time. All right, that leaves the 10 out here on the lead lap, and he's kind of hurting here with having these cars run up on him like this, but it really wasn't a good place to try to pit. Maybe he could catch a little draft off these guys before they get too far away from him. Didn't see a definite signal to pit. Maybe called it out, and that's what he's done. And he goes into pit road pretty clean. So now where I'm looking at is right here on this 18. First guy on pit road both times, both stops here. And, yeah, looks pretty good. I think he'll come around maybe to the lead once everybody gets done with their pits. Because JWoww right now, he is the last car, I do believe, on the one stop left. And there he goes. He'll give up the lead now. And that will put me back to looking at the 18. See what he's got going on. Looks like he's got the 17 right here in front of him. Death Before Dishonor still right behind Henson here. Don't know. Could possibly still be a car out there. Maybe just holding out for a caution or something. Try to get them some extra stage points. As J-Well looks to come back out. It's actually the 4 of MJ Bross who is in the lead somehow. Maybe Henson took tires. Yeah, that is something there. Yep, that's MJ Bross and Typical. Typical staying out. I think that turn 1 with those lapped cars really hurt him with the spacing now that he has between him and the 4 car. As we're getting down to the late laps of stage number 1 here. Got 5 to go right now. Stage number 1. MJ Bross took us to 4 to go, and he is still very much in the lead. The 10 car, I don't know if he's got anything in him to catch or to overcome this gap that is being created based off the 1 lap earlier pit stop from the 4. Like I said, I really think that turn 1 with the lapped cars hurt the 10 car of Typical. West Higgins ORV has shown up and blessed us with their graciousness. That is your official Ruthless Racing Pole Award sponsor, West Higgins ORV. All right, we're getting down to it now. Here in stage number 1. Don't think the 10 will have anything for the 4. MJ Bross coming out of 3 and 4 one more time. Here to take 1 to go in stage number 1. Like I said, I don't think the 10 is going to have it. Something would have to happen. Blown tire, didn't take enough fuel or something for the 4, I think. Really have to smack the apron, maybe hit the wall on exit or something like that. But nonetheless, last lap of stage number 1, the 4 of MJ Bross goes into 3 and 4 cleanly and exits just as well. The 10 will not have it. And there it is, your stage 1 winner, MJ Bross, followed by Typical 30 RRS. And it will be J-Wow finishing up in 3rd here in this stage. And you know what that means? It is a caution here in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series for the stage break. And thanks to SKU Car for this stage break. Caution. Brought to you by SKU Car. Everybody hang around, hang loose. Thanks to our sponsors in the corner. Stage number 2 coming up. All right, stage number 2. The course is set, or the field, I should say, on the course. But the 4 is going to lead us off here as he was your stage 1 winner. Oh, typical little bump, trying to get down in front of J-Wow early. Really aggressive here on this restart, trying to get to the bottom. That leaves 3 cars on the outside going through turn number 1. So far, so clean. Everybody kind of keeping it straight. Henson able to get a good spot as he was one of those cars kindly stuck on the outside. He's got Hollywood there working hard in that Ford on the low side as they try to get around the 24. Death Before Dishonor before he's able to snap it back in order down to the apron. Death Before Dishonor has a real good car here. We've seen him kindly out in the front in the earlier parts of our broadcast. Says the 4 car was prone to hitting the wall for no reason. Happened a Tuesday race as well. Driver? I don't know. I ain't going to speculate. What I will speculate on is how good the top 2 have been. They have either been 1 or 2 the whole time that we have been a part of this, except for the first pit stop where Henson was able to take it on the cycle. The 410 and the 23. That's how they finished in stage number 1. And the top 3 there. The 15 of Jason in 4th. And then the 24, Death Before Dishonor, being pushed heavy by 6th place of Henson in the 18. That is a good look at your top 6. This is kind of how they lined up earlier on in this run, in the last stage. And they broke up quite quickly, and then it was 2 groups just trying to fight each other. As everybody is, I do believe, on the pace. Everybody's got a car to race with. Once again, much appreciate Jay Well for his stream tonight. 44 laps remaining here in stage number 2. 2 pit stops will be required. And typical, he is going to go way back on this one, go back to the 18. Not sure what he's looking at doing there with that move, or what's going on there, to be honest. MJ Bros, still your leader, moves up everybody to 1 spot up in this top 6. As Jaywell goes to 2nd, Kill It Like Jason now 3rd. 4th belongs to Death Before Dishonor. 5th is rounded up by Henson. And then Typical has moved all the way back to 6th from 2nd. The back group doesn't seem like they're sticking together as well as the front group. Hollywood leads that pack, Nascarillo on his tail. And he has TCR Kinrod along with Big Ben and G-Dog all right there. G-Dog rounding up our field here in the 17. You see some guys getting loose out of 2. Turn 4, also a big trouble area late in the runs. Something we might need to watch for in stage number 3, where we will have 3 pit stops. And maybe see a no-tire deal like maybe we've seen there in stage number 1 with that just short window there requiring for that 2nd stop. So all these guys keeping it nice and orderly for the moment. They're doing a good job with that. Oh, we got to move to the inside. Got several cars wanting to do it. Everybody thought different of it, though, rather quickly. Well, that was interesting. So really interesting look for the backpack, as we calling them here, as they are rather separated. Big Ben now in the rear of the field. Not looking promising for him, but 2 pit stops. And there's room for mistakes for the guys ahead of him. G-Dog and Kenrod try to figure it out back here. maybe try to get back up to that 16 and 14 of Nascarillo and Hollywood, respectfully. Top group still running and gunning, though. As now JWoww is your leader, as he has overtaken MJ Bros. JWoww has moved 2 positions since the start of this stage. Typical has now lost the most spots at 4, I do believe. Much appreciate everybody stops by here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. As we're getting down to it here, another stage, a long race though, one of our longest, 36 laps here still in stage number 2, and still 2 pit stops to be made. And yes, JWoww, if he wins this race, it would be because he needs all the points that he can get as we pull up our Ruthless Racing Pro Series standings for you to take a look at here for the moment. As you can see, JWoww can still possibly get into the playoffs, and a win would help those chances greatly, as it doesn't win and end you, but you can, that's a lot of points to have over somebody, especially if one of those other guys aren't here tonight at this one. It is a long race, and I don't think everybody's always up to the long races. Ironman events. Top 6 though, still very much in order here. $15 Kill It Like Jason, just hanging on to 3rd. Looks like everybody's looking to maybe take a pit stop here within the next 2 laps. And I imagine we might see some group pitting even. With how close everybody up front is, I don't think they want to lose each other. They're going to try to pit relatively close. If 3 go this time, maybe 3 go next time, or something like that. This lap, we could start seeing some cars dive in for service here in stage number 2. It'll be one of 2 pit stops that'll have to be made to make it to the end of this stage. 14 of Hollywood is now coming off pit road, already making his stop. Most of the rear of the field is in pit road for their service. As we look ahead, there might be a few guys going in right now. Hollywood coming off pit road. There goes 3. I think I might have called that one. It's going to be Death Before Dishonor, MJ Bros, and Henson going in. And these cars here would have to pit this lap. Maybe someone could stretch it one more, but that wouldn't be very beneficial. We saw that at the end of stage number 1 for Typical. Being the last man in was not the move. But being 3 men in at the last time might be a difference maker here for this first stop in stage number 1. Kill It Like Jason can stretch it out. Oh, JWoww, did he get on pit road? I think he did it. I think, no, it didn't. I don't know. Yeah, JWoww did not get on pit road there. That is unfortunate. Jason, though, is the one who stretches it out here in the 15 on the first pit stop. I knew somebody could do it. He was sitting in 3rd or 4th most of that run. And, I don't know if he got on pit road good or not. Henson and MJ Bros both back out on track. This is Hollywood looking to try to catch back up with that pack. off the pit stop. He did pit a little earlier. I think he did gain a little time, but on this tire, I don't know. He will cycle ahead of the last three that were to pit. Oh no, JWoww, low and slow on the bottom. I think he might have spun it coming out of the pits, or after missing the pits. I don't know what that's going to entail for his evening, as he does need the points. '15 comes back out right next to Typical. Now he is out there right behind him. We got a low and slow there for the 23. I think he is, out of fuel down there. That's the problem. Unfortunate for our 23 car. But on board with as our leader. We get our race sounds back. That's sad. A tragedy. So the battle is 1-2 right there, 18 in the 4. As we Typical is right ahead of Jason off the pit stops. Not a terrible move there by the 15. Or I'm sorry, he's in front of Hollywood. Still not a terrible move there by the 15. I mean, he's probably got the freshest tires right here, and he could probably go maybe just that extra lap, pit with the other guys that went the so said extra lap. But maybe he doesn't go as long this next time. Could still be good for him. Hollywood off the pit stop. He made up some ground. I think he's sitting 4th now. Still got Jason behind him with the fresher tire. I think that he could possibly get up to the 14. And the battle up front still looks like this. 3rd belongs to Typical. Still that other pit stop. Looks like our 23 finally made it down pit road to get his service. Attaboy. Now you can see him coming off pit road now as the leaders come into view on him. And he will have the ultimate fresh tire. And also, he won't have to make that second pit stop for a while. Unfortunately, though, his went 4 laps down. Here goes Jason. He has caught Hollywood, and rather quick, a little quicker than I thought he would. Hollywood not going to give it up easy. He's hanging on really tight on that first lane there. But Jason able to get it down on exit, and down into 3 and 4 they'll go. Henson, though, he's got JWoww right there with the fresh tire looking to get around. Oh, maybe Henson got up there, grabbed a little wall. The 4 going to have the momentum in a run. And he's going to get around and take the lead now from Henson off of a little scrape there on the wall, I believe. And that also is going to allow the 10 to catch up to these top 2 a little bit more. So that is all an interesting move in itself, as it changes the lead and allows a 3rd car to maybe enter this race for the lead off the next pit stop. We got 21 laps remaining here in this one. These guys know they got another pit stop to get through. It's rather important. Not sure when we'll start seeing these next pit stops. See Henson, he gets a good run here on the bottom. And he's going to just try to take it on to the house. We'll get on to Ty here. And yeah, these guys are still racing. I don't know, maybe that was just a move by the 4. Try to save going into this pit stop. But Ty, or Typical there, has all but caught up with them there in that 10 car. And like I said, it is now a 3-man race for the lead going into this pit stop. And these guys got to get, we got 19 to go here in stage number 2. See the 4 getting kind of shaky. But I think we got 2 more laps for these guys before they could make it. But they do not have to pit in 2 laps, as they could run this down. Don't know if some people are going to be looking for no tires or whatever here on this next pit. Not sure how people have set up their stuff, if they can handle that or not. I would feel like it may not be that beneficial to do that unless you knew everybody was going to do it. It's kind of one of those things. Top 3 now are all bumper to bumper. And anybody could pull that early, stop on these guys, but you would have the older tire if you took 4. And there goes Hollywood. He's going to try that. I knew he would. That is probably about 18 to go when he crosses the line there for him, I would imagine. Everybody in the rear of the field kind of got spaced out, and the only people who really stayed together were the top 3. Typical had to do a little reeling in, but thanks to a little help from our car that ran out of fuel, kind of getting around the leaders, and helped him catch back up here in that 10 car. So 18 to 4 and the 10 all together now, trying to win this stage. 1 pit stop still between them and doing that. Get back on board with our leader, the 18 of Henson, as we enjoy a scheduled drink break sponsored by SKU Car. All right, thank you, SKU Car, for that drink break and that little bit of pushy going into the pits. And I think maybe everybody made it. Got a Jason fan in the stream. There we go. There is Jason. If you call him out, we'll put him on the screen for you. All right, let's see if everybody comes out around the same time here. 15 of Jason come out before all of them. He possibly went with no tires here. Also, the 10 out ahead of both of these cars. Maybe both the 4 and the 18 got speeding penalties. That might have been what has took place here. Yeah, I think that's very much what happened, as I thought they were going in a little bit hot. I'm not really sure how the 15 so we got Typical here crossing the line. The 15 is into turn number 1, and he is our leader right now, actually. So there you go. That's going to be the 10 trying to chase down the 15. All the pit stops are over. Maybe the 10 took tires, and the 15 didn't. But we still got quite a few laps though for that to. We got 11 laps still to go to manifest this move. Maybe right sides by the 15. I'm not quite sure. But the 10, I think, took 4, had a good clean stop, and he is on it. Now, this would be good for the 15 because those other two guys got speeding penalties. He was out way ahead of them. He's leading right now, and he's not going to lose the lead here for at least another lap. Maybe more, depending on how Typical decides to attack the 15 here once he gets up to his bumper. Could see a move down in here to 3 and 4. 10 looks inside, and he will take the lead back over from the 15 of Jason. So that puts Typical back to the lead off the speeding penalty from these two guys. So there you go. All right, so Typical has a chance to maybe win a stage over the 4 who took stage number 1. And I tend to like the races more when our stages get split with the winners because, you know, when someone wins 2 stages, it usually is just something bad that causes them not to win the race. So I like to have 2 different stage winners. We usually have like a neck-and-neck finish or some kind of good strategy that will carry us out to the end. And I think that's kind of what we're going to be looking at tonight. Nonetheless, Typical in control here in stage number 2. As got 8 laps remaining. We'll go back flipping through our field here. There's our 2 speeders. And they're trying to do something to get back up there. There's J-Rock coming off pit road. Looks like Hollywood maybe have taken over second from Jason off of that whatever strategy he was trying to do there. So everybody else is pretty spaced out. And there's your leader. I think we got 4 laps remaining. So we are on to 3 laps here. All right, awesome. Typical is going to go down the back stretch, and that will make it 2 to go here in stage number 2. I think second belongs to Hollywood, and third belongs to Jason. We'll have to wait for our stage results to pop through. But that is 2 to go now. Here in stage number 2, leader is the 10 of Typical. The other car in view is the lap down car of JWoww. Had missed pit road, ran out of gas, and that's where we stand. All right. So there's second place, I do believe, as we got 1 to go. Here in stage number 2. Oh, JWoww getting up there with our leader. Trying to sort it out. And there's the 10 of typical, going to take home stage number 2 here from Texas. So stage 1 winner, MJ Ross in the 4. Stage 2 winner, typical in the 10. And you know what that means? That is a stage caution here on your Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And thanks to Skew Car for this stage caution. And once our stage results come through, we'll get that figured out. Alright, so let's see what we got here for stage results. So typical Hollywood, Kill It Like Jason, Big Ben getting 4th, and Ascarillo rounding up our top 5. Henson, MJ Ross make it back up to 6th and 7th. Kenrod, Death Before Dishonor, G-Dog rounds up your top 10. JWoww sitting in 11th, 4 laps down. He's the only car with laps down, so he should be good to get one of those back here at the stage break. Thanks everybody who is watching. Please make sure you like the stream, subscribe if you're new here to Ruthless Racing. This is the Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Texas every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in and catch the Pro-Am on Tuesdays. Same bad time, same bad channel. Here it is. It's getting down and dirty in Texas. It's stage number 3. Who will be our winner here for the W. Busch 250? Will it be our pole sitter, sponsored by West Higgins ORV? Typical. Hollywood remains in second here on that restart. Kill It Like Jason quickly snaps it in the 3rd. Big Ben in the 45, not want to give an inch. That looks got the 45 and the 16 there. You know, these guys have been running more towards the front of the backpack, but able to sneak in up a few positions off the speeding penalty by 2 of our front runners, and now that puts them in a shady situation with some mad shady people. If not every lap, then on an every other lap basis here. I don't even know what I'm saying. So everybody, oh, we got the 42 back there. I saw him get kind of out of whack. I think everybody's going to survive. 15 of Kill It Like Jason still hanging on to 3rd. Henson has somehow found his way up to 4th. MJ Ross trying to use JWoww to move up into 5th, and he's going to do so. JWoww's trying to get laps back the hard way. He did have a fast car before the unfortunate incident on that pit stop earlier. That has now got him in kind of a pit. 3 pit stops, though, here in stage number 3. And we're going to the end. So we're looking good out here. Everybody's sticking together early on in this one, and we're going to see 2 4-tire stops for sure on the first 2 pit stops, unless somebody tries to run some kind of odd strategy in reverse. But I don't think that would be the move to make here in this race, as I think you just want to be straightforward for and fuel both of the first 2 times, and then it's kind of up to the driver, crew chief, to what happens in that 3rd pit stop here for this 3rd stage. And we're also talking about if we stay green. This race has stayed green for this whole time, so kind of like real Texas, but here we are. And but anybody really want to watch some racing, I'm telling you, next week at Homestead will be the season finale in the Ruthless Racing Pro-Am and Pro Series. So make sure you tune in, like I said, Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel, and catch our Ruthless Racing season finales from Homestead. Little fun fact for all you Ruthless Nation fans out there. The first ever next-gen league race was at Homestead, Miami. And then we're going to go back to finish off our regular season before we get into our Ruthless playoffs. Everybody's trying to figure it out here in stage number 3. Up our Pro Series points one more time. Everybody with a ticket next to their name is punched in to the Ruthless Racing Pro Playoffs. As we are getting swirly back here in the back for just a brief moment. But that is what the standings look like right now in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series. 42 of Kenrod goes way down. Don't know if he is looking to pit or not. Everybody else up front kind of looking weird. It's definitely not pitting time. Turn 2, you can get loose. Not usually where guys get loose. It's where they get tight. 15 of Jason is now sinking like a rock from 3rd now all the way back to about 7th now, I think is where we're looking at for him. Not sure what happened, if he just got bumped out of that preferred line. He is now working with the lapped car of JWoww to try to make up some positions on the high side against Death Before Dishonor. Yep, it's going to work on the low side against the high side here. And that makes Death Before Dishonor have to cycle back behind Jason. But that still leaves this field very much intact. Now Hollywood, he looks to be in 3rd, as Henson has made up all kinds of positions getting back up through this field. He is looking to want to take the lead from the 10. Hollywood kind of gets out of position here, I believe. That might allow the 4 to do something. It does. That allows Nascarillo to sneak around, and Nascarillo has moved his car up into 4th position here tonight. And that 16 is locking Texas. We are side by side up front, and Henson goes to take the lead. Back out to the outside goes the 10, but no, it's going to be the 4 on the inside making a pass. And he's got help with the 14 there of Hollywood pushing against MJ Bros. Only help that Typical has is the 16 of Nascarillo. Death Before Dishonor now closing the gap up to the 15. He is the 15 now up against the 14. And this is a low line with only 3 cars, as Typical was able to find space. Nascarillo tries to jump it to the outside and take away the space for the 14. Not able to do it. Not able to hold it. 14 finds a space. We're getting a little wobbly there out of 4. And then we are still back together. The 16 starts to drop like a rock now, as he feels the pain of the 15 just a few laps ago. But he did poke that nose all the way up to 4th there for a minute and gave us some exciting racing as we tried to figure out who wanted to be in this top 5. But now as the dust settles and the tar clears, it's the 18, the 4, the 10, the 14, and the 15, your top 5. All right, so still 3 pit stops, but still looking to make the first of those pit stops here in this one. As still very much in control is the 18. I mean, he's been a dart around here this evening. Down in the 3 and 4. And everybody just staying in order. And that'll be 44 to go right there at the line. And with 3 pit stops to be made, I imagine we could see some guys pitting in about 6 to 8 laps is what we'll be looking at here in this one for the first stop of stage number 3. And so far, looks like it's going to stay green. And I knocked on wood for that one. It's been a green race the whole time that I've been here. No complaints from me from this racing, especially when we had the 16s slingshot and engaging at Texas. Maybe the 18 just protecting his lead. Everybody goes more towards the high side. He could be pitting, and that's what he's going to do. That's the 45 and the 17 will do the same. Henson, Big Ben, and G-Dog all down pit road for the first time here in stage number 3. Lead goes to MJ Bros, followed by Typical, Hollywood, Kill It Like Jason, and Death Before Dishonor. Lapped car of JWoww there in front of the 16 of Nascarillo as it gets tight here as people says they're pitting. Let's see who decides to actually pit. 14, 24, and the 23 go down. I think the 16 was also going to do that as well. Yep, there you go. And now we still have 3 on the track yet to make their first stop of stage number 3. And that is the 4 of MJ Bros, 10 of Typical, and the 15 of Kill It Like Jason. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in. There we go. West Higgins overlays are great. Appreciate that. Hoping everybody's enjoying that. So we got pit stops going on. Henson made his pit stop early, and he will move back into the lead. I'm not sure what happened to MJ Bros here. Maybe he missed pit road and looking to go out of fuel here. That is what we saw happen to JWoww earlier. That is what maybe happened to our 4 car here. So that's going to be good for the 18 as he starts passing some more guys coming off pit road. Those would be the cars ahead of him. And he has quite the gap here. All these guys seem to have pit well. Hollywood now up to second, Typical to third. See if that 14 can keep building on this progress that he's made tonight. Still one, that last pit stop is going to be crucial to anybody's chances at winning this one at Texas here in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series. One of our last 2 races of the regular season. Henson is your leader. We've had 2 different stage winners tonight. MJ Bros, stage number 1. Typical in stage number 2 in the 10. Henson been looking good most of this stage, and the mistakes by his competitors have allowed him to have this sort of lead. Hollywood got kind of out of whack there in 2, and I don't think the 10 is going to be too gracious here to him. I don't think he's going to want to push up to the 18. I think he's going to want to get around and be the one leading the charge up to the rear of the 18. I can see an aggressive move coming down the backstretch here into turn number 3 for the 10. And that's what we're going to see down into turn number 3. To the inside goes the 10. "36 laps remain here in this one from Texas. 2 pit stops still to decide who's going to win it. As right now, one of your stage winners did not make the pit road on his first stop of stage number 3. And he's going to be in very much need of a caution or something to help himself. Maybe tonight. And that does happen to the best of us. God dang happened to me, I tell you. Our leader still leading. But the 10 trying to close the gap. The 10's got Hollywood on the rear of him. At 23 still laps down. Then Death Before Dishonor and Kill It Like Jason. That would be 4th and 5th as Jason looks to overtake 4th from the 24 down into 1 and 2 back there. And the 10, the 14, they're all closing in on that 18. Once again, thanks to everybody who is watching us tonight. Like the stream. It's much appreciated. All right, let's see how patient we are here. Not very patient. To the inside goes Typical and around the 18. And Hollywood's not messing around neither. He's wanting on the inside. Not enough room for the 18. Will he go down and chop the nose? No, he won't. He did not get down into the gap. Oh, a little touch from the 4. From the 14 gets the 18 up into the wall. Oh, my goodness. Maybe that was almost identical to kind of what happened at Darlington. 18 suffers it again off the chrome horn of the 14. All right, no messing around for the 14 tonight. He wants that dub. He said, "Saw me my check." He's going after the 10 now. 2 pit stops still remaining here in stage number 3. We've had some good racing here this evening. Throughout the middle of the stages and even after the pit stops. And that's what we're experiencing right here. This is off the pit stops. 1, 2, 3 in view. Our lap down car there. 4th is Kill It Like Jason with Death Before Dishonor in 5th at the moment. And there's our leader. Can Hollywood figure something out? Can he cook it up against the Smithfield number 10 car tonight? Can he put that tractor in drive? That's what we need to know out of the 14. Mahendra started up and let her roar. Thanks to anybody tuning in. Hope you enjoy the new overlay system we're working with. Hopefully this is something we only look to improve as we are relatively new to it. But so far, all right, I think. But as you see, our sponsors running in the bottom right. That is Skew Car. Check them out on YouTube. Wes Higgins ORV, that is our Pole Award sponsor. And then we have like Raise Energy and some other things, and then SeatGeek through SKUCar. Remember to use code SKUCar at SeatGeek for $20 off your first ever ticket purchase. That's code SKUCar at SeatGeek.com for $20 off your first ever order. Top 3 back together here. Just being helped along by JWoww at this moment in time. 26 laps remain. And I think in a couple more laps, 2 to 3 more laps, we could see somebody hit pit road, and that would start the strategy game to that 3rd pit stop that will ultimately take us to the end of this race. And if we could keep 3 cars this close through all that, well, I just wonder how it'll be once we get back to 3 and 4 on that last lap with the burnout rule in effect. And we see Henson, he looks to the inside as I cannot find where I'm at. There we go. Henson is pitting. All right, so he can do this. This will work. And I don't think that's the winning strategy, though. $14 and the 10 still kind of on that winning strategy line, I think. If this is the 14 pitting, that's a good move. 23 going to go down with them. 15 and the 24 both go down as well. Let's see how those work out. Those strategies are going to work out. It looks good there, I think. This might hurt the 10. Just depending on how good he runs laps right here. And then how well he gets on and off pit road. But I think this might hurt the 10 now that he is the last car out there. And I can imagine he is going to go down pit road. MJ Bross, unfortunate on his first pit stop in this stage, has kind of left him out of contention at this point, I do believe. JWoww had the same fate that MJ Bross did, just not as harsh on MJ. Henson, he is coming out to come around Hollywood, and that will give him the lead if he beats Typical off pit road here whenever he gets finished. As we're watching our 10 car of Typical as he works his way off pit road. We'll stay right in this view as we try to catch and see if the 18 comes up into view and how tight this battle off pit road for the lead will be. It's looking pretty stiff. Okay, if you ask me, great move by Typical. I thought that would hurt him, but it looks like he's came right back out with the 14 here, who's of Hollywood, who has executed his pit stop quite well. So now we have the 10 and the 14 back together. They are 2 cars against the 1 of Henson. And still another pit stop to be made. Once again, thanks to everybody who is watching tonight. Please share. We're down to the, we got one more pit stop remaining. Somebody wants to come in and catch the end of this race. It is this tight. We have first, second, third right there in view off 2 pit stops already in this stage. And the strategy's starting to work up. What will happen? Who will do what? The 18, I believe, would maybe have to take too much fuel on his run. I feel like the 10 is going to have to take the least amount of fuel. Probably be in the best shape on the having to take fuel or having to save or just not worry about having enough. The 14 of Hollywood, he's right on that fringe. He could make it maybe going full throttle, or maybe he'll have to back off a little bit on the taking the lowest amount of fuel possible to make it to the end here. Oh, and Typical's going to go on pit road. We try to find him and Hollywood going down pit road together at the same time. That's going to be the race-winning move right here, ladies and gentlemen. If they got on pit road cleanly, that could be the race-winning move if this stays green. Now, we've seen crazier things happen. We have seen some wild shit happen. All right, Henson goes in now. He knows he has to be on pit road, and this has to be a good, clean stop. These 2 guys got on pit road quite nicely. Let's look how well they get off of it. And like I said, this could be the move of the race. This could be the race-winning move. And these 14 and the 10 are merging back on track. Still got cars that have not made their last pit stop out there. And Hollywood needs to make sure he does not lose the 10 here. He could have cars pit in front of him here, the 10. No, he's going to have to split the difference. We're getting shaky here along with Typical as he's trying to battle for every inch here on this racetrack. There's the 18 to Henson. He is toast. That move was not going to be it. That was the winning move of the race right there. I was waiting for somebody to make that move, and here it is. And now Hollywood has 2 cars between him and Typical, and those 2 guys still have to pit. This is going to be absolutely carnage for the 14. He does not need this. Burnout rule is in effect tonight. If all is still going according to plan. We have 15 laps remaining, I think. If my math is correct. And the 10 of Typical has just jumped out to a good gap here. And right now, Death Before Dishonor is the leader. So that means Jason has also made a pit stop, I think. It gives laps back to everybody but Hollywood at the moment. No, I'm sorry, Jason is in second. That's my bad. Hollywood is behind Typical. Those 2 have made their pit stop. Death Before Dishonor maybe just holding out, waiting for any miracle maybe to happen. But nonetheless, he is leading laps, and we need to get him on the screen here, regardless of what the strategies are looking like at the moment. Been a good green flag race here this evening for our Ruthless Racing Pro Series right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Big thanks to Skew Car and West Higgins ORV for supporting us here at Ruthless Racing. And, of course, all of you in Ruthless Nation that tune in every week and watch the shorts we post or just our community post, or people who are over in the Discord. It's a good community. If you're not in the Ruthless Discord, there's a link out there on about every stream. But yeah, as always, thanks to all of you that make this possible. Death Before Dishonor still sitting as the leader, you know, just trying to ride it out. The guys I think he's racing against are right there ahead of him. So it wouldn't be good for him. He has to have a caution for this to work out for him. And, you know, anything's possible. Unfortunate move of the race was by the 18. He pit right after the 14 and the 10, and that just wasn't it. I knew it wasn't as soon as I saw those other guys go in. Death Before Dishonor is still right on the tail end of that 14. And really the race is going to probably come down to the 10 and the 14. And, man, they pit on the same lap. Hollywood probably was not expecting that. And we'll see what it turns out to be. Still pit stops to be made by other cars. I think we're down to 8 to go, or no, probably 7 to go. My laps are off over here on the side, on my watching stream, in-race stream. Poor J-Well. '24 is still hanging on to that lead, though. It's the 15 goes down pit road. We're just going to wait for when Death Before Dishonor is going to make his pit. And there's the signal. Like I said, I don't think that's going to result in him having the lead again. I think Typical is very much in the driver's seat for that. As of right now, the 24 sits on pit road as your leader. But when the 10 finally gets around, he will reclaim that lead off our third and final pit stop of the evening. So we have about 5 to go, I do believe. And this is your race right here. That's the 10 and the 14. They both had the same strategy, but man, 2 cars that hadn't pit yet got between Typical and Hollywood whenever they exited the pits. And that has made all the difference. It hurt Hollywood. And that's probably what's going to keep the gap what it is and allow the 10 to win this race. MJ Bross was a runner, but he missed pit road as well as JWoww. Both had the same, almost identical incidents, but it was much harsher there on our friend in the 23. Whenever he missed pit road. And then Henson here, I'm not quite sure what he done on his pit stop, but he lost a lot of time. I don't know if he thought they were taking tires or what. But nonetheless, 1 and 2 in view. And that's how they stack up. We'll get back to our leader of Typical. Burnout rule is in effect. I don't know how many laps down our man JWoww is. I think we're looking at 2 to go right here. Now, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I do believe this will be 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here this evening in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Texas. And Typical is in the lead. Nope, Typical has 1. That's what's happened. So we were more laps down over here than we thought. Well, last lap presented by Skew Car. And final lap and burnout. Thanks to West Higgins ORV. That is a win from the pole for Typical and a stage win to just kind of sweeten the playoff points, I guess. But there we go. Get us some good dirt on the burnout tonight. As always, we say this is more for the driver to give them that feel of getting a burnout. You don't really get that out here on this game. So nonetheless, that's going to be a second for Hollywood. We'll try to tune in to see who JWoww out there doing his own donuts. And there you have it. It's official. Typical Hollywood. And is that Nascarillo maybe getting third? I'm not sure. Everybody crosses pit lane. Oh, Henson leaves. Not sure what happened there. Alright, so MJ Bross finishes 10th after all that. Typical Hollywood kill it like Jason. Death Before Dishonor in 4th. Who got 5th? 5th belongs to Big Ben. Good top 5 out of Big Ben. And G-Dog getting 6th there. Off some people's mistakes. Henson, Ascarillo, MJ Bross. They all finished laps down. Big 7th place for Kenrod. Yeah, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th all finished laps down this evening. 2 of our favorites in there, or 3 actually, in those lap down cars. Some mistakes here at Texas. Maybe allow a few guys to sneak some points in here at the end, towards the end of our regular season. Nonetheless, great race. Hang out if you want to catch our post-race interviews. Those guys will be in here in just a moment. This race is brought to you by Skew Car and West Higgins ORV right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here. Hang out for the interviews. Yes, sir, I am here. No, I was fixing this. But nonetheless, driver of the 10 car, typical. Get you a win here, or I'm going to throw you an easy one. How did you win this race?
Yeah, the 4 car missed pit road when me and him went in together, and me, Henson, and Hollywood were all together. Henson short pitted us, and then we short pitted him, and he got behind us. Hollywood put him in the wall too, but we don't have to talk about that. But yeah, anyway, before we came in and took the no tires, I stayed out longer than Hollywood, so I had the freshest tires on the track compared to them, so I had a little bit of advantage. And coming off pit road, me and Hollywood mixed in with traffic, and he got held up, and I was able to pull away enough where he couldn't get my draft. So yeah, just finally a race has fell into my hands. So it's a good comeback, especially from last week. And yeah, shout out Jason and Hollywood for the top 2 or top 3. Sorry.
Yeah, so a win here don't really matter much for a regular season, but maybe a little momentum towards the playoffs and next week at Miami, which is a fun track and a track I feel like you're good at. So, do you think this, is going to help as you carry on throughout the season and try to protect that back-to-back championship?
Um, I mean, it's only a regular season race. It doesn't really mean that much, but we'll see. I just got to have the same luck every week and just put myself into position to win. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, nonetheless, good race, good win here at Texas. It was a long one. So, yeah, good one.
Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, so we'll move on over to the 14 of Hollywood. Man, I thought the strategy was going to work out for you, and then I was very surprised that Typical pitted with you. And I feel like maybe you were as equally surprised by that move. So kind of walk me through your race and then How much was those cars that hadn't pit yet played a factor on you and you and typical there at the end? As I cannot find your freaking car. Oh, there we go. All right. Yep. Good run there, Hollywood. And thanks to you. Now we move on to our third place finisher, Kill It Like Jason. Man,
Yes, sir.
you were out there all night. I mean, just fighting for every inch that you could get. And
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry, I was trying to find your car. But yeah, so nonetheless, you were fighting for every inch out there tonight. Led some laps even at some certain points in this one, and but that was a big group pack of racing there at the beginning of one of them stages, and you kind of got dropped back to the back. I felt like you was never able to fully recover from that until a few mistakes were made by some other guys, and that was one thing you done tonight. Was I felt like you kept it mistake free, and that's maybe what led you to this third place finish.
Yeah, definitely kept the mistake free, but I was just on the wrong end of strategy. First and second stage. First stage, I ended up running out of fuel on the back stretch, so I was running about fourth, I think. Then ended up back in ninth or tenth, and worked my way back up to fourth at the end of the stage. Then second stage, I figured a lot of guys are gonna take four tires, so I want to just take a can of fuel and no tires to see what it'll do. And I would have ended up coming in second if I would have took four tires, but I ended up getting third because I had to save like a lap of fuel and no fresh tires. Everybody else had fresh tires. And then that last stage, I don't know how I ended up getting third. I figured we'll be fourth or fifth. And I don't know. I guess the strategy ended up working that time.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, mistake-free racing for you tonight, and I think that was the big turning factor. Is two of the other favorites kind of met their fate on pit road. I think so. Yeah, good race out of you tonight, there, Jason. And anybody want to shout out?
Shout out to OG Midnight Chat and everybody else that watched. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate everybody who watches. Congratulations, Jason, on the top three here. Maybe some momentum as you carry it into the Ruthless playoffs.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's really all I got tonight for us, folks. Hollywood, you got anything? Just for reference, we'll throw up the pro points on screen so people can follow along. Uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, like Hollywood said, man, same bad time, 9 p.m., same bad channel. Ruthless Racing on YouTube. Tuesday and Thursday, catch us take on the Ruthless regular season finale in both the Pro Am and the Pro Series as we get ready to ramp it up and head into the Ruthless playoffs. Hope everybody likes the new thing we're doing on the stream. Like I said, it's only going to get better.